Hello, this is Patrick from Expression. I'd like to continue on our series in crawls and show you how to work with multiple scenes in your crawl scene group. If you remember before, we were working with this particular scene group where it's just a bar going across. I'm going to escape out of that, take that offline. Now, I had my background, which is my master scene, and I had one additional scene, which was just some text. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to right click on my scene 2, and I'm going to choose duplicate. And you'll see now I have a scene 3. I'm going to choose on it and duplicate again. And you'll notice what I have are 3 scenes with that logo in the front of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to scene 2. And I'm going to click on the text here. I'm going to do Control A to select all. And I'm going to type in, this is a test. This is only a test. And that's all that's going to go in that particular row. I'm going to go to scene 3 and I'm going to type in, click in here and do Control A to select all the text. I'm going to hit the backspace key and I'm going to type in here, the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the Cook County viewing area. And I'm going to go to the last one, which is scene 4. I'm going to click in there, do Control A to select all the text, and I'm going to type in, ha ha, it's a beautiful day outside. Go look. So now I'm going to hit Control F1 to erase my frame buffer. I'm going to choose my crawl group. I'm going to double click on it. And when this crawls, what's going to happen is it's going to put those 3 scenes together. So if we look at my virtual frame buffer, you'll see that this is a test. This is only a test, followed by the Ross logo that shows up there. And if I want to change the spacing on that, I'll show you how to do that in a second, but you see how it's taking all these pages and it's putting together uniformly, and it's properly spacing it out based on how I've got that set up. And you'll notice that's a longer page, and you're going to see it's going to crawl itself off, and I get to that shorter page again and again. When it's finished, that will clear the screen. And there you go. So I'm just going to clear my frame buffer. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to make this a little larger and show you some additional controls that we have here in the scene group. I'm also going to tell this to loop. So I'm going to have it loop infinitely by choosing enable looping and leaving it at 0 because I want to let this go forward. And while we're working, I'm going to make this bigger so we can see what I'm changing. So you can see my virtual output monitor is going to get a little bigger. I'm going to take that scene offline, bring it back online. I'm going to choose to play it. And what I want you to notice as we go forward in that scene group, I'm going to choose scene group and I have the ability to change my margin. So as you see the logos go across, if I change that left value, I increase the space between the different rows. I'm going to put that back to minus numbers and you'll see that I'll be overlapping when it comes around. And there it is. I'm going to bring it back out. And the default obviously is 0, but you can increase and decrease that. So I can also move it away. Either way I do right or left, it's going to change how that looks. And since I told it to loop, and you'll also notice that I have the last page blank on end, you're going to see this is going to crawl again and start over because I have it doing a blank on end. I'm going to go ahead and erase my frame buffer. I'm going to turn off blank on end, and I'm going to choose a different scene, put this back online, and we'll let this crawl across the screen. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit just for the sake of timing and television here. And what you'll notice is when we see that ha ha ha, the weather is nice outside, go look, it's not going to have a blank big space at the back end. It's going to start to crawl over again. So that's how I adjust having multiple scenes and keeping my loop and letting it work. So in our next scene, I'll show you how to do the same thing, but using Datalink.